Hello, and welcome to this channel update video-esque thing. It is currently, though, December the 31st, 2021, the day, a few hours away from us going into 2022. There might be a few places that might have just hit it outside of the world. I'm not sure. It is 11:35 a.m. here, where I am at, in the state of Washington, in the United States of America. If you're watching this from anywhere outside of that is, North America. For who don't know, might be too young, not sure, whatever. But this is a channel kind of update-esque video, in which I am going to inform you that of anyone watching, of who enjoy my content somewhat, of what is to come in the new year. Now, this year I've experimented a bit with a few things. Like, I'm not sure if it was within 2021 or if it was in 2020, where I had like every 5 minutes like a little clip, like less than a minute video from like some dumb stuff I was doing on Skyrim uploading. Had that going on for like almost a week, I think, but it was like maybe not even every 5 minutes, maybe like every hour a new thing just boom, premiered. Not premiered as YouTube does it, but I had it scheduled for release. And of course, there were from time to time breaks here and there because of just overall, life in general, as well as of I'm not sure if it's mental aspects of possibly bipolarism or something else in general. I can't state because I don't know that stuff. But there are times where it's just like you just don't want a game because nothing feels right. Like recently, I just like you see in my content, I have a lot of Apex Legends content, and there will still be somewhat of that here going on. But it's just like this most recent season, I was just highly disappointed because for one, it's like you want content in two forms when it comes to a game like that, which they have. The one being the new kind of stuff they have. If they got a new map, which they did. If they got new guns, new legends, which usually each season there's always a new legend and a new weapon. Sometimes I'm not sure if there hasn't been always a new weapon, but there's usually always at least a new legend. When there hasn't always been a new map, because right now they're on their fourth map. Maybe there has, I'm not sure, but it's been a while. It's been a good hot minute. And of course, 2020, 2021, everything COVID and everything just chaotic. It's just like you can't. For someone like me, if you don't know, I am mentally disabled. I might not show it, but I was growing up kind of far end on the spectrum, of being ADHD. But after high school, after graduation, I never took any of the medicine anymore. And I think in doing so, my mind kind of gradually worked itself out somewhat. It's like the best way I can, I guess, put it is I act what would be considered normal. I'm not sure if that's the true sense of what is with how things happened with me. It's like because I'm still kind of there. Kind of because it's at least within the older years, it's less aspects of motivation. Like sometimes you just don't feel motivated enough. It's not like you're just can't pay attention to anything. It's just like the motivation just sometimes isn't there. And that's why sometimes in my YouTube channel there's just been days, weeks, months without content because it's just like I just don't want to do anything. I want to do something, but I don't have the motivation to do it. Whether other times it's like I'm very motivated. Let's get this going. Let's get this content. And in 2022, I want to try and do something I think I can probably correctly say I've never done with this channel. And that is I want to have a video uploaded every day from January 1st to December 31st, I want a video uploaded every day. And maybe that'll, kind of help one small part, help evolve my channel, help grow it a bit, because it's just like I don't have that many subscribers. I think I have less than 100, if that, if like 50, if that. Maybe I have more, but it's just like no one tunes in. There's like barely ever, like most videos have like no views, where some have like a few, if that. Like I try whatever content aspects I can. And one thing I want to do in 2022 is something I've seen channels do that are sometimes just the channel's content itself. And that is I want to do some reaction videos. maybe some try not to laugh stuff. But overall, just I want to try different things. It's not all gonna be gameplay like it usually is, outside of probably making commentary aspects about the video game or games or just the industry overall, or like trailers and stuff. Maybe react to trailers. Definitely, if you don't know me, if you've probably like seen at least somewhat of my playlist of things. One of my playlists is called K-pop and J-rock, in which there are, for the most part, like I think it was in, I'm not sure it was 2017 or 2018, but that's when I really got into K-pop as a music genre, just enjoying it. And if you're not into it, that's fine. You know what? I think the one thing I always say is, don't spread hate that is unnecessary. Like if you don't enjoy something, you don't necessarily have to hate on it, or hate anyone who enjoys that content. Like I'm not into the content of most rap or that hip hop kind of genre, at least of this era aspects since like 2000. Like I enjoyed it, kind of growing up, at least in the 90s. How it was, like you had Boys and Men, you had someone, the really extreme side of like kind of rap like Ludacris, or you had DMX. Of course, you had the earlier like legends that unfortunately passed away in some majorly unfortunate situations with like Tupac and Biggie. You had P Diddy. Like I enjoyed that kind of genre of hip hop and rap kind of thing. You had Destiny's Child at the time. You had TLC. You had Salt and Pepper. You had those kind of people, and it's just like I see in this day and age of rap and hip hop. It's not my forte. But you know what? I ain't gonna hate on it. Why should I? I think it's idiotic to hate on content in the entertainment industry that you don't enjoy. It's understandable to somewhat kind of critique it, but I feel like people use that word incorrectly as they try to use it as a way to get away with showing hate. Like this understandable, because I see as critiquing as a way in which is like the normal kind of person who's not into thing, who's not like has worked in that kind of industry of entertainment, be it video games, movies, music, whatever, that don't know the overall work that it goes into doing those kind of things, and they say that they're critiquing, but it seems more just they're using that as to just spread hate. Whereas critiquing, I see, is like the average Joe, me, you kind of person form of way to criticize something. Like I could critique a movie I didn't enjoy, but I am not on the level as somebody who's probably a movie reviewer who's worked in that kind of industry. So I'm gonna do what I can, wise of enjoying what I can, but stay away from the stuff I don't need to. Like I'm also not gonna just do K-pop. Like I said, there's J-rock, but it's also just regular rock of excuse me, of bands around the world in which I enjoy. There's like I'm not sure if Scandinavian is the correct word to use to describe this group, but there's this group called Skald, Skald, with an accent above the A. I'm not sure what the accent itself is called, but their music I've enjoyed. It's kind of got that. I think it's described as kind of an old Norse language in which they sing in, and just overall, it's like when I heard the song that like really first song I listened to, it kind of spoke to me. It almost like spoke to my soul. I think it's called Rune. It is RUN, but the U has an accent above it as well. Again, don't know sure what the accent is called, but it's like when I first heard it, it's like this spoke to my soul. But there's like a variety of genre of music I enjoy. It's not just K-pop. I of course grew up on rock and metal. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, getting music. Like I actually had a friend in high school who introduced me to Slipknot with their like first, I think it was their debut album Iowa, with I think it was their debut single Left Behind, and I still enjoy Slipknot to this day. I've enjoyed, like I was there when Deftones released I think it was their debut IP, maybe not, or like their big breakout piece excuse me, album called it's White Pony, I believe. But of course this was back in the day when the internet was still kind of a young thing and there wasn't music streaming services. So CDs, of course, were still the thing then. Like I said, I graduated high school in 2003. Is how old I am if you want to try and get a guesstimate. But like back during that time, White Pony had two forms of albums. They had the regular one, which I believe was just a white pony on a black like background for the CD. But I had what was called basically the deluxe edition, or the very unique edition that had a black pony on a white album that had like an extra song or two. It was like, I can't remember what it's called. Stuff like let's see, because if I didn't describe the group, they're called Deftones. I'm not sure if I said their name. Yeah, like when did this release? Hang on. Release date. When did the White Pony release? It was June 20th, 2000. 2000 and something. It was just 2000. It was the year 2000. What was my year since I graduated? That would have been my sophomore year, my second year of high school was when this released. And I got the album. It was like, granted I was in high school, but like most kids, I was earning an allowance as best I can. I bought White Pony. But what was was there extended edition or deluxe edition? Yeah, there was like a. See, was there like a deluxe edition CD? Because they had like an extra song on it, I swear to God. Like I think it was what was it called? Hang on, looking at this stuff. Like the songs. Yeah, there was the main song. What was it? Back to School. Yeah, Change in the House of Flies. I think I'm not sure Back to School was on this, but Back to School was a good song. But yeah, I was back then, and like I swear there was like two forms of the CD, and I got the extended one, which was lucky as hell because it was like one of those limited edition. I think that's a word. Limited edition words. I have the limited edition of that album, which was cool because that, like I said, an extra song or two on it, at least one. It was just a good album. But yeah, I grew up on rock and metal, and I still enjoy rock and metal. The three actually groups that I've enjoyed the most recently that if they come out with some new music, I'll react to it as well with the music video that is. They're actually a UK based group, all three of them. Granted, there are other around the world group rock and metal. Like I said, I'm into somewhat of a J-rock kind of style, but I'll get into that. But there are three groups in the UK that I've really enjoyed, which is Scarlet Riot, love them, a female-led group if you want to know. Same with the next one, Dream State, I love them, dude. Like 21 Letters, it's like my favorite song, and I believe it's off their title. They have a title track off the album called Primrose, which is the album itself called Primrose. And just overall, just a good album. I think I have a straight up playlist of Dream State, where it's just nothing but their music. It's just, sometimes it's just you want to play it. But there's also another group called, what is it? I think it's Casket, because they originally there was a whole thing about how they had changed their name. Let's see. Yeah, the UK group, they were originally called Captives, who were signed by Sharptone Records, the home of Polaris, Alpha Wolf, and more, have now changed the name to Caskets, because there was a Aussie group, hang on, let's look at this article about it, because I enjoyed their music. They were originally, like I said, called Captives, but they had to change the name to Caskets. The UK Captives who are signed, changed the name to Caskets, which means their music will soon release. Here's like the press release of the group itself. Dear fans, it is with heavy hearts that we have to inform you that in order to continue with our release plans this year, we have no other options but to change our name from Captives. There is a band by the same name based in Australia who decided after 8 years they would register the name as a trademark in the UK. Currently, the UK is the only territory in which Australia bands can hold the trademarks. And then promptly issued us a cease and desist, as well as contacting the various platforms on which we exist to have them remove us with immediate effect, including having our music removed from Spotify and our YouTube channel deleted. It would take us 9 to 12 months to have issued resolved, during which time we would be unable to release new music, or even have our back catalogs of music, in the playlists of Spotify and everything. For us, the only thing worse than having to rebrand would be to disappear for 12 months of legal battles or something trivial like the name of a band. Since our inception, this band is endeavored to share our message of light through the dark. Like if you hear the song, it's just like it's such emotional music, dude. And I love it, dude. It's like not just with the aspects of lyrically how it is, but just how the songs sound, dude. It's just awesome. Yeah, this has always and will always be our unwavering purpose and our promise to everyone who has believed in us to date. Our music and message will not be silenced because it lives through you, our beloved fans. We pride ourselves on spreading love and positivity. Sorry, had a bit of almost a lisp there. Positivity is what I was trying to say there. Where was I? Dang it. Where was I? There it is. I think we pride ourselves in spreading love and positivity, so we implore you not to seek out this other band or cause them any discomfort. Outside of me just saying to this Aussie group of captives, go fuck yourselves. Seriously. With all that said and done, we are excited to announce that our new single, Lost in Echoes, which is a banger song, which I think was it was their last single. Here's a state when this was written, March 23rd of 2021. Where was I again? Dang it. You lose yourselves an article because you move around like an idiot. Here we are. We ask. No, hang on. Our music messages, yeah. We ask that you join us continue our journey, albeit under our new name, Caskets. With this name change, we anticipate that our Spotify and YouTube will be reinstated, which it was. They still have music there, at some point this week with the new name. With all that said and done, we are excited to announce that Lost in Echoes is out on May 7th, along with details of how and when you can get your hands on our upcoming debut record on Sharp Tone. Well, it's in a name that will... What's in a name that which we call a rose by any other name would smell... I'm fucking this up, I'm sorry. It's a quote. And I'm fucked it up. Now more than ever, we need your help. Every comment, every stream, every playlist, you are helping to solid. Dang it! It's my mind, dude. It's like that thing you have, the word, you say it correctly in your mind, but when it comes out through your mouth, you're saying it with such stupidity and such just not correctly. It's like how can I think this in my mind so perfectly, but say it so horribly? Every share, every comment, every stream, every playlist, you are helping to solidify our future as a band. We are nothing without you. Yours forever, Caskets, formerly known as Captives. But yeah, they are the third group, and no, they are not a female as one like Dream State or Scarlet Riot, which is fine. Doesn't matter how a band is. Overall, if it's a good band, good music, you enjoy it, you do you. Yeah, those are my three bands from the UK that kind of got a rock sound that I've really enjoyed. But like he says, they had to change the name. And like I say, Captives from Australia, go fuck yourselves. It could have been cool. You could have had a discussion, from person to person, band to band. But you went the cunt route. Go fuck yourselves. But in general, if you enjoy the group, like the group says, don't show them extreme hate, especially how some people do it, send death threats and go kill yourself. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. It's okay to say fuck you, but outside of that, just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. But like I said, there are groups from around the world I've enjoyed. Like I said, there's Scald. It's got if you've ever really enjoyed the music that Skyrim has to offer, you will love Scald. Seriously, you will. There's also a song that they did that's really cool. That's they did it with another group. I can't remember. Hey, let's see. What was that song called? Dang it. I actually probably can find it easier on YouTube. Let's go to YouTube instead of Google. Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Because it's the lead singer herself. She's featured with this group. Where is it? No, that's not it. Where is it? Uh, Santiano, that's it. Santiano featuring Scald. It's a song by The Longest Johns is what their channel's called, so I'm assuming that's the group's name. But it's Santiago featuring Scald. Like I said, I think I'm not sure if it's beyond the lead singer herself, but that song is a banger, dude. Like it's kind of like one like the closest kind of you said like it's out like if you were into kind of like that pirate kind of shanty kind of song esque kind of style, this kind of has that kind of feel to it. It's such a good song. Like I said, there's other groups. There's actually a group from Italy called Never Ending. No, not Never Ending. Sorry, Frozen Crown. Because Never Ending is their song, which, like, the only way I describe that song, it is a headbanger from beginning to end. Seriously. And their new single is pretty good too. What is their single called? Sorry, I should just do these. Unprofessional, I know. I am just a small person. Like, everything you see on my channel is me. Granted, I might bring in content from other places. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some reactions here in 2022. But overall, like the editing, everything, everything that's put together in the way it is me. So love it, hate it, whatever. Well, don't hate it, but enjoy it, don't enjoy it, it's fine. But just understand this is me. I have not had help from anybody in the aspects of how my channel is or how the video works. It's there might be other people in the videos, but overall, it's like I said, the way the video is put together is me. But let's see, what was it? Yeah, Frozen Crown. What was their newest single? Well, that's I guess their newest single is The Water Dance. I haven't seen that yet. I might react to that. But Embrace the Night. That is also a banger song. Like I said, if you want to check out Frozen Crown, check out Never Ending and Embrace the Night. They are good bomb ass singles. But like I said, they're like I said about my place, there's K-pop and J-rock, and there's like so much in like these groups of Japanese artists that I really love. Granted, you have Baby Metal, which like is like I think the most known of Japanese artists, because like they've been featured here in America. They toured, I think their first American tour, they opened for Metallica, which is cool. And Metallica themselves is like, show them love. If you're not with this music, that's fine. Just don't show them hate, but show them love, which was cool. But yeah, Baby Metal was cool. There are other groups in there in Japan that I've really enjoyed. Like, if you really want some good emotional music from Japan, what is that group called? Like you want to like that's the other thing about my mind. It's like some like the last time I was in a session to assess my mental capabilities, to see what aspects of disability, ADHD kind of I am. The person said I am not focusing as much as I should, which I don't feel is the case. I feel like like the way I best put it is kind of like my mind forgets so easily. It's like I'm paying attention to stuff, but it's just like my memory doesn't work as well as a normal person's memory does. And I'm not sure how aspects of I got ADHD, the way in which I presume it is to give a bit of a backstory. This is kind of a little gross, but when I was born free. Like my mother was pushing me out. I wasn't C-section or anything, but the thing was I was kind of a little chubby baby, But it seemed like some of it was in my head, and if you don't know how babies are born, they go head down, head first that way. But I got like stuck around here when my mother was giving birth to me. But luckily, the doctor worked quite quickly and basically saved my life. But I did lose a little oxygen to my brain, like just like I was gasping for air, I guess, because I was in between the sections of when you're in the womb to being born, and I was just like in a tight kind of vacuum area somewhat, but I was gasping for air. But the doctor worked quickly, and I was still born. But yeah, I think that like my presumption is that's the aspects of the way in which I have been given, unfortunately, a mental disability, which sucks. But I perform overall as well as I can, as a human being and individual. Like I said, I think I personify act-wise what is best seen as considered normal. Granted, I am not normal out of any sense, especially if you see get to know me as a person. But it's just I try my best, especially like when it comes to aspects of saying the right words. Like you might hear or like see me pause because I'm thinking like, what is the right word? I don't know what it is. Because the best way I can also describe my mind, if you've never seen it, I'll see if I can put it up here officially. But like back in the day, where it's like like especially in Mars, at one point in the game, there was like these tubes, these kind of like small tornado kind of tubes that you'd go into and try to get cash prices. Like the funnel, like the money's on the ground and the window, the air will start blowing, and you're trying to grab money, and that's the way I kind of best I think describe my mind. It's like I'm in here in a funnel trying to grab the information, and sometimes I don't grab the correct information. So you might see, or just like I'm not on screen, I hear like a pause, like a hard pause, because I'm trying to think of the correct word to use, and I don't have it yet. But like I said, that's the best way I can describe my mind. Okay, back to the aspects of music. What's that group from Japan? That's why I hate my mind. It's like I know the information is there, just I cannot grab it. It takes me longer than I wish it would. I'm trying to also think of the songs that they have too. What is it? Stand out, fit in. There we go. Stand out, fit in. What is that group? Because that's a banger song. One OK Rock. Seriously, if you want some good emotional kind of almost rock, but just overall just good music from Japan, check out One OK Rock. They're good. I've enjoyed them since I discovered them like 2-3 years ago, dude. Oh, they're so good. Other bands, I'm not sure I've pronounced this way. I want to know if I can. I get a pronunciation of it on Google. Sorry, I'm gonna pull out my headphones. Get translate happening over here, just to have it sound. Or can it? You do that without needing it. See, Wagaki band. It's spelled Wagakki, and the word band. But I always pronounce that Wagaki band. I think I'm saying Wagaki band. But they're a really good group because the way they work is they infuse kind of the normal instrument aspects, of like a drum, guitar, bass, and stuff, with also very Japanese traditional instruments like this unique flute that they have in there, as well as like other instruments that are really Japanese based instruments, created in Japanese. Like there's like what's that one instrument that you see in like a lot of movies and so. Japanese made instruments. Let's see. See here. What is this one called? See the site. I have to go to his site. Like the one that you see in like a lot of, especially even American made movies about Japanese, is like they have that instrument where it's like basically sitting down. It's like that, like it looks like it's got 20 strings and they're playing it like this, on their lap almost. But it's like in front of them. What is it called? Is it the? Let's see, which one is it? Because they just have a list here of the name. Oh, okay. The flute that's actually in the one of the members play, and they actually have like in some songs, even their title songs, they have. I guess this flute is called the shakuhachi. They have a member who plays it, and there are some times where he has a solo with it, dude, and it's just it's so awesome. Here it is, koto. The instrument that you I'll put up an image here, but it's called a koto. They have a person who plays that in the group. It's awesome. Guess this is another instrument. Yeah, the sanjin. Probably butcher. Like if I butcher these names, I apologize. As Green Day put it, I am an American idiot. But Sanshin, it's kind of a small guitar with like 3 strings, but there's a member that plays that in there. Oh, so awesome. Or maybe it's this one, Shamishin, because they look so much. Yeah, I think it's this one, Shamishin, because they play it with a item that kind of almost looks like that instrument you put drywall on. I'll put an image right here, but it's like it looks like that. is the item that they play with. He goes, oh yeah, they got a member who plays the taiko, Taiko, taiko drums. You know, that kind of very traditional instrument. But yeah, they have like all those instruments in there combined with like your normalized kind of Americanized, I guess, made instruments of a guitar, drum, bass, and the vocalist, dude. Oh my god, she has such an amazing voice. Like how best I could describe it is like when you hear somebody hit notes, they usually like hit a note and it stays there. But the way she hits her notes is like it's a roller coaster. It's like it goes up and down, dude. But it's so beautifully done. Another group that's I'm not sure how to describe them. They are called, I think, Bish. It's Bish. Bish. But I've enjoyed their music. I'm not sure if they can see that like a girl group. They are. It's like a Bish Japanese band. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Bish, also known as Brand New Idol Shit, which is what Bish stands for. BISH stands for brand new, being the B part, idol, I, and SH for shit. Is a Japanese idol group that was founded in 2015 by their manager Watanabe Dunsoku. I'm probably butchered. I apologize to anything I butchered. If anyone's somehow saying this somehow, if I ever become famous, which I doubt. Let's see, yeah. The group was conceived as a successor to another group called, I guess, Bish. It's BIS, so it's probably brand new. Just another form of brand new idol shit, but they add an H from the shit for Bish. An idol group managed by Watanabe that disbanded in 2014, that being Bish, BIS. Because I think Bish is actually, I'm not sure if they're disbanding or what's going on, because they have like I've seen on some YouTube like this like final tour or something. What is it? So like let's see. Yeah, Bish. They have a video here of it's premiering tomorrow, January 1st, 2020. Called Bish / Final Shits. And I've seen like other stuff here. It's like I haven't watched any of it, so I can't. All I am is presuming from the words is like they might be taking a hiatus. Maybe they come back, maybe not. Maybe they are disbanding. I don't know. But you have that as well as like what was the other thing? If I can find it. But yeah, it seems like they might. But overall, they are like I love their music. Like what is their one single that like is my favorite? I started like how I described it was a single called "Painted Black." It's an awesome song. Check it out. Non Tie Up, which is really good. Like if you wanna, like it's got such a unique style to it. Something else too. But Stereo Future is my fave single from them. It used to be what was the other single that I really enjoyed before Stereo Future came out. What was that single? Yeah, there's Painted Black. Distance, which is a good one. Non Tie Up. Like, if you're gonna listen to Non Tie Up, you don't just listen to it. You watch the music video. Do yourself a favor. Yeah, they have like a lot of awesome singles. What was that one single? That My Landscape. There it is. My Landscape. For the longest time, this debuted like 4 years ago. Longest time, that was my favorite song of theirs. It was amazing. But then, like I said, Stereo Future came out, and like seriously, if you want to check out any single of theirs, check out Stereo Future, especially the music video. Oh, it is something else, dude. Do yourself a favor, check it out. Now, what else? There's also another band in Japan that I really like called Band Made. They I'll just Google to really give you the best description of what they are. Let's see. Here we go. Their Wikipedia. Band Made is a Japanese rock band formed in 2013. The band combines a rock sound with a made image modeled on Japanese-made cafes. Because like two of the members who formed the group were working, from what I hear, story-wise I saw online, so take it with a grain of salt. But two of the members were working in a maid cafe, and they enjoyed rock music, and they were thinking, how can we combine these two things that they kind of themselves enjoy? The style that a maid outfit kind of has, like the very, not just the style itself, but the various styles a maid outfit can come in, as well as the sound of rock. That they had this thought of it, and they just made this band, and it is amazing. If you haven't, check them out. And my favorite single of theirs, in which you should check out, is called Play. Watch the video for it, dude. It is awesome. Okay, but yeah. Roxanne with the made, originally signed to Gump Records in a print of the Platinum Passport Artist Management. They switched to major label Nippon Crown's sub-label Crown Stones in 2016, and later moved to the new sub-label Revolver Records in 2019. The band's albums have been released internationally through JPU Records since 2016. In late 2020, the band left Revolver Records and signed with Pony Canyon. So they're still, they're probably still going to be around for a while. Like I said, they just switched labels in 2020. Okay? And they have some amazing singles. Let's see what some of them called that I've heard. None of these. None of those. Let's see. Thrill is good. Real Existence is amazing. Nonfiction Days, yeah. They have a song called YOLO. Let's see. Choose Me, which is another good one. Glory. Oh, I loved Glory. Is Play on here? I don't think their latest single was called Since. It's pretty good too, dude. It's on my playlist. But let's see. I'm saying the right one, right? I'm gonna be an idiot. Let's see. Band made. Yeah, Play. If you react to anything, react to this. Not official live video. Which one is that the one I watched? I don't think it is. Which is the one I watched? Yeah, it's called Band Made Play Live. I'm not sure. It's not quotations. I'm not sure what it's called. The half circle. Well, not even a circle, but whatever that is. Yeah, check that out, dude. Oh, so good. Any other groups from Japan that I've really enjoyed? Because, like I said, there's Wakaki Band, there's Bish, there's Bandmade, there's One OK Rock, and I swear to God, there's a fifth one. What is the fifth one? I can't remember. Yeah, there's Baby Metal, but it's like another group, I swear to God. Can't remember. And this video's going long, dude. It's fucking half an hour. If you're stuck around, thank you. Also, another thing I want to talk about my channel, you might also be annoyed by people, like every YouTube channel does this, that I don't. Don't need to take a drink. That was another sore. But one thing I don't do on my channel is that one thing that like every YouTube channel kind of does, which is ask you to hit that like, subscribe, comment if you want to. Don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications and all that crap. I've never hit the bell once on any channel. Right? I do, subscribe. I hit likes. I comment when I feel like it on channels. But, but understand, you will never hear me ever say that on any of my videos. I would never tell you what to do. Because in the end, you do you. That's all I would say. You do you. Just don't spread hate, That's one of the things that I think, even though in like this day and age you have to say, it's kind of one of those things that you're supposed to, understand. It's, that phrase, you don't have to say, whatever, that's not the phrase. What is the phrase? It goes without saying. There we go. It goes without saying, even though everyone, like every time that comment is made, it always is a follow-up to something that, you shouldn't have to say, but you say it anyway. It goes without saying. But if something goes without saying, then you shouldn't have to actually ever say it. But it's just like this day and age, one comment I would say is like, it almost seems like the aspects of common sense, things that everyone should understand and comprehend and just, it goes without saying, it doesn't seem like a common thing anymore. Common sense doesn't even seem like a common thing anymore, But yeah, I would never do that. But I should seriously, I need to fucking redo this shit. Fuck. I might put this video up as like extended edition, and do another video where I just say everything I've said here short and wise. But yeah, I'll probably do that. That's probably what I'm gonna do. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do reaction chat stuff to, like I said, trailers for like maybe like movies and video games, as well as of course react to various aspects of music. Like I said, I enjoy rock, metal, from around the world. Like there's this group in Germany, and no, it's not Rammstein. Yes, I do enjoy Rammstein. I'm not sure if, like how long it's been since they've done any music, because I think it's Rammstein disbanded. Number one on Google. Is Rammstein a good band? Is Rammstein gay? Is Rammstein banned in Germany? A group from Germany, are they banned in their own? Is Rammstein a gay? What's with everyone presuming? Like, why do you need to ask that? Is Rammstein disbanded? Lindemann, the project consisting of Rammstein's frontman, Till Lindemann, I'll probably butcher it, I apologize, good sir, and the guitarist of death metal outfit Hypocrisy, Peter, have announced their split. In a post social media, the band said Till and the lead singer and Peter Taguin, I'm butchering that, I have no doubt, I apologize, in their collaboration on Lindemann. But what about, so that was Rammstein's side project? But did Rammstein break up? As Tillman and Peter, Till and Peter confirmed today, the two artists have ended their collaboration on the project. Both will be pursuing. I love how you ask, like even in Google, like there are questions being asked, but it's not being answered. Like this is about the fucking side group. I don't give a like nothing against the side group, but that's not what the fuck I'm looking for information wise here. I'm looking about Rammstein. Why is Rammstein actually banned in Germany? Berlin billboards. The German government has banned hard rock group Rammstein's latest hit from public displays in stores because of its depictions of sadomasochism. The album Love Is For All has been a bigger seller globally since its release. Rammstein are a left-wing band that has many right-wing fans. They are adored by Russian neo-Nazis, writes Peter Huth in the National Daily. I love how I'm looking for information if the group itself is disbanded. Like, when was the last Rammstein single? See that on YouTube. Rammstein. On YouTube, I'm an idiot. I'm still on Google. Because that's my home area. Because, fuck Yahoo. I still kind of use Yahoo somewhat for news, but mostly my emails from back in the day before Google was a thing. Let's see. There was Deutschland, which was a pretty good single 2 years ago. It came out 2 years ago. So they haven't done a single in 8 months, it seems. Let's see, this year. Anything Rammstein this year? Till Lindemann, which was 6 months ago. I guess it disbanded recently. The side group. So I guess they were doing that side group for a while, and maybe Rammstein will come back. Who knows? But to get back to what I was saying about Germany groups, there's this other group, if you've never heard of them, called Eskimo Callboy, and they're a really good group. I'm gonna try and start actually reacting to their stuff. The cool thing is about the group, like at least the two, because this group is kind of like almost I would say like if comparison wise, they kind of like Linkin Park, not sound wise, but they both have two front vocalists. You know, they have two people who are vocalists. You know, they don't. It doesn't seem like they play. One of them might play an instrument, but it seems like both of them just only sing. I'm probably dumb and saying that wrong. I am, like I say again, via Green Day put it, an American idiot. But the cool thing about Eskimo Callboy is they do themselves reaction videos of people reacting to their music, which is kind of cool. And actually, one of them, like what is one of these reaction channels thingies called name-wise? I think it's Alex Hefner. Shout out to you, good sir. But yeah, Alex Hefner at one point, I think actually I don't think it was their most recent single, Pump It Up, but the one before it, We Got the Moves. Alex Hefner was actually reacting to that video with the lead singers themselves of Eskimo Callboy, which is fucking amazing. So, respect to Eskimo Callboy. Like I said, they react. They can't react to, every reaction video. They try their best, like, at least video-wise, like, because they actually put it up, them reacting to it, like a reaction video. but they can't, do it all in one video because there's like sometimes a lot of people react to their music videos. But like anytime they put out some new singles, I'm probably gonna react to them as well. I swear to God, I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about like that fifth group from Japan. What the fuck was it? Because like I said, you got Wakaki Ben. Again, probably brushing out the shit. I apologize. Bish, which I'm probably also not saying correctly. Because the thing is about like a lot of music, I just watch the music video and just listen to it on my Spotify playlist if I enjoy that is. Now, if like there's sometimes some songs where it's just like the first time you're hearing it, it's just like maybe it's because the mood I was in, it's like, I'm not feeling it. But later on when I'm in like a better mood, I'm like, no, let's revisit that. Yeah, okay, that's a good song. But if I really enjoy a song, I'll of course, like I said, put on my Spotify playlist. But rarely do I ever watch anything outside of the music videos. So there are a lot of groups whose names I'll probably saying incorrectly, not just groups but also solo artists and stuff. Cause like for the longest time, there's this K-pop group. They are no longer a group. They disbanded like 3-4 years ago, called 21. Granted, most of the members still kind of do their own stuff. Like one of the members, CL, she's like a huge solo artist. If you watch the most recent, I think it was 2018, because 2020 was supposed to be the Summer Olympics, but it was postponed here to 2021. But in 2018, when we had the Winter Olympics, there was, of course, an opening and closing show. And in the opening show, the artist was, I call him EXO, because they say, well, not EXO, I call them EXO, someone. But they're EXO, which I think is supposed to be short for Exoplanet, but they're a K-pop group. They opened for the Winter Olympics then, but the closing artist was CL. And granted, she mostly performed 20, I think it was like one, maybe two songs of 21 that she performed by herself. Because at that time they were disbanded. So I guess it was like 2017, maybe 2016 when they disbanded. Because they've been around for a while. But yeah, she performed at the closing ceremony of the most recent Winter Olympics in the 2018 one, which I believe is like when it was. It had to be because like they switched every 2 years between the Olympics. Like I said, we had the Summer Olympics recently, but before that was the Winter, and 2 years before that, because there's like a 4-year span between each of the Summer Olympics and as well as the Winter Olympics, so it's 2 years between each of those. But yeah, she was the closing artist, which was very awesome, to see. But she overall is just an amazing solo artist. But I guess getting back to my point, the group is called 21, but the way it's spelled is the number 2. Then the letter N-E, letters, I would say, letters N and E, and then the number 1. And for the longest time, I called them 2NE1, because I didn't know, in my overall, like I said, Green Day, American Idiot stupidity, I didn't know it was pronounced 21, 2NE being 20, and then, of course, the number 1. And I didn't know that until I actually saw a reaction channel. There's 2 reaction channels I really watch of the aspects of K-pop at least. Like more recently, I'm really watching this one called what is this gentleman's form of therapy, which each video is called the culture study. But I've been enjoying his recent his reactions to K-pop. But the channel I for the most part ever watched. It's called Classical Musicians React. And the channel producer / editor person who's puts it all together, she herself also said for the longest time she thought it was just 2NE1. And in the video she says it's pronounced 21. And that's when I realized it was pronounced 21. I don't of recently I don't watch much reaction channels of that stuff because for me, one thing I think is a stagnant kind of stale thing about reaction channels when it comes to music is they always confine themselves into a single kind of genre. It may be like rock and metal, but it's still kind of like that essence of kind of that sound, Whereas others, it's just K-pop. Granted, they branch out here a little, like Alex Hefner. He mostly does reaction channels to rock and metal, but at one point he reacted to a single by the group Twice. And they are, like I said, they are a K-pop group. They are one of the big ones. Of course, the 2 biggest known ones worldwide are number one, of course, BTS, and number two being Blackpink. But like right, probably below those two, number three would be Twice because they're just huge, dude. They're huge. Just overall, just as a group, just sound wise, and they've been around a while. I think they debuted before Blackpink, but a little after BTS. But they were my number one listened to artist of 2021. Twice was. Granted, there's not a song of theirs was number one of my most listened to songs. That goes to Goo Goo Dolls, who's unfortunately they weren't like chose to disband, and they were forced to disband via I think the label themselves. Like that, there was a mismanagement with the group or something like. Let's see what. Let me just Google it so I stop looking like the American idiot that I am. There we are. Why did Goo Goo Gone? And I'm probably mispronouncing that too. Disband. Why did Goo Goo Gone disband? Fans on Twitter blame Jellyfish Entertainment, their record label. The Goo Group began in 2016, which was made up of 9 members. They built a fan following before releasing 2 mini albums. However, fans received radio silence after the band stopped releasing music in 2018. Now Goo Goo Dolls has announced that they are disbanding. Jellyfish Entertainment announced the split on official Goo Goo Dolls fan sites, writing, "First of all, we'd like to thank the fans for loving and support." I guess they were supposed to say supporting here, but it's spelled SUPORING. There's no T there. Isn't also supporting supposed to have 2 P's? I'm an American idiot. I probably yeah, it's SUPPORTING. They miss 1 P and the T. Granted, probably English is in their first language. Maybe it's not even that. Maybe it was just the Google Translate fucked up. All members of Goo Goo Dolls have been working hard and receiving a lot of love since their debut. But after a long and in-depth discussion, we have decided they will officially end their group activities of December 31st, 2020. Yeah. So they disbanded like a year ago, basically. Fuck. Although their group activities are over, we will do our best to provide full support for their individual activities, such as music and acting. Lastly, please continue to show warm relation. Okay. Although Jellyfish Entertainment haven't pinpointed a specific reason for their disbandment, cracks have shown for a while now, and member Sally became a member of the temporary girl group Bon Bon Girls 303 this year. Some fans have even blamed Jellyfish Entertainment for the group not reaching their full potential. One fan tweeted, Goo Goo Dolls are the perfect girl group, literally had it all but proper promotion. So yeah, a lot of people blame the music label themselves for effing it up, That's like, we don't know what the reason was for their disbandment. All we can do is presume and assume and guess. But seriously, like, that sucked. Because, like, around that time, I think even, like, there was another group that disbanded. Might have been earlier, but there was this group who also had a subgroup called, the group itself was called Pristine, and they had a subgroup, which was actually the last single. The subgroup called Pristine Fee, I think is pronounced. It could be Roman numeral 5, could be just a little fee. I don't know. Again, American idiot. Yeah, what did Pristine disband, and when did they disband? Yeah, again, it looks like it was 2020. I don't know. I know they had a controversy when they debuted about Kyla. I think that's her name. Need to see what that is about. But why would Pledis debut a group, the label called Pledis, Pledis, disband a group just after 2 years? It does not add up. And like Pristine's music was so good, they could have been one of the most popular. Like, seems in 2020, it's just like this comes from 2 years ago. So I guess because we're at the end of the year, it's touted as 2 years ago instead of a year ago. I think the simple answer is always the best. Their sales were decreasing since debut, and Pledis probably decided it was not worth spending any more money on them. Fortunately, there are countless theories, so what could have happened, but this is probably what happened. It's a shame. I mean, they only had 2 albums. Yes, the second didn't sell as well, but Pledis kept newest for years despite declining sales, releasing 2 albums and then completely giving up. Seems kind of crazy, yeah. Pledis typically hasn't had the greatest relationship with the TV networks. Early after school was a bit more open about more that's a long statement. But yeah, like most like American idiots, like I presume like most bands are signed under one of like the top labels. Like there's JYP, and there are others like, but JYP is probably like the most known. They actually are the studio that own my favorite group twice. They have the group twice, and there was touted as their younger sister group, ITZY. Both awesome artists groups. Yeah, like most American idiots like think like most of these like there's probably smaller studios, but there's like probably most studios are probably like within a good rotation. But there are probably like studios out there that are just like studios here in America that are barely known. That are more probably like a regional kind of studio. Like there's like probably a Texas-based studio that I don't know about. The same could be said in probably South Korea. Sorry. Drinking a lot of water. Why I say this is because it seems like both Google Dawn and Pristine and / their subgroup Pristine Fee were forcibly disbanded last year. And there's this other group that, though, is still going strong. I felt like, oh my god, this is going to be another group like disbanded. We just had Pristine, just had Google Dawn. But there's this other group called Promise 9 that has somewhat, but not somewhat, a similar sound to those groups. And I thought to myself, oh my god, those two, this is going to be next. I know it. I just know it. I've always been, like, it's like that thing is like you were just waiting for that other shoe to drop kind of saying. Like, it's just like, I'm still waiting for this to happen, unfortunately, because they kind of have a similar sound, especially around the time when these groups were disbanding. I thought, it's like, oh, this is going to be another group. I just know it. I just know it. Of course, like, it's just come to aspects of the sound of the groups, and there's small percentage, similarly sounds, style. And luckily, though, Promise 9 is still going strong. So at least I have that, dude. Because like that's like one of three groups, like I said, like they kind of have like around that time, kind of a similar sound, kind of style. But I'm like I said, American idiot, so I can't really say that with 100% factual aspects. It's just my presumption, my opinion. Excuse me. But luckily, they weren't desponded. Promise 9, thank you. Staying strong. But yeah, this has been going on. Like, this is like, I've had like videos where I call Ranting with Wolverine because, my channel name, my game tag, Dark Wolverine. And for anyone who wonders, no, that's not based off of the comic book Dark Wolverine, because I didn't even know that such a thing existed. But it's actually based off of my first tattoo here, my Wolverine tattoo. You probably can't easily see it, especially with this lighting here. Yeah, let me get up. But yeah, sorry, hitting the mic like an idiot. This tattoo here, the Wolverine tattoo, was my first ever tattoo. I have 4 on my right arm, 2 on my left. 4 being that Wolverine tattoo. This, yeah. My second one was this one. It's a Punisher skull tattoo with what's supposed to be like ghost flames. Then next was this Iron Man tattoo, which I got right after the movie. And then there's this, the kind of a Venom Spider-Man tattoo, which is based off the Marvel zombie comics. Then we have my kind of memento arm, my left arm, which first on the top, which is like the most badass one, my Heath Ledger Joker tattoo, which has on the words like up here and here, why so serious. And I've still got to get this finished. But also we have, some people think this is Sting, the wrestler. No, it is Brandon Lee in his final performance, that being The Crow. If you haven't seen that movie, do yourself a favor, stop this video and watch that movie. And also, if you haven't seen The Dark Knight, do yourself a favor, stop this video and see that fucking movie. What's wrong with you? I don't know why I'm with my headset. I'm an idiot. But yeah, those are my tattoos. And like I said, Dark Wolverine is based off my tattoo here of Wolverine, which I state as being kind of dark and gritty. That where the dark comes from. That's where Dark Wolverine comes from. But most people just call me Wolverine, or my close friends, like closest friends who I met on Xbox, called me Wolvie. I'm not sure where the fuck this was going anymore. Like you have had that thought like you're going, but you forget where you started, where the first part was, where you need to get back to. I'm having that moment right now. I'm sorry. What was I bloody saying? I don't know. Do you? This video's an hour long. If you've seriously stayed up to this point, just non-stop watching, not skipped any. Thank you. You're a fucking badass. Also, sorry if you don't like kissing. I state this on my Twitch channel. Whenever I go live, you see my about page area, weird stuff. But as my about part, I have 35 followers on my Twitch. But as Twitch states, my about area, be kind. Understand in games like BRs, when I lose a fight, my anger does get the better of me, and I call the person a hacker / cheater, mostly cheater, who is obviously not cheating / hacking. I'm just getting the anger out. That's what I do. I try, instead of letting it fester in me, I just get it out immediately. Just boom. Because that's the best thing you can do. Some people think it's kind of dumb. It's like, why are you screaming? Why are you saying this and that? It's just like, it's getting the anger out. That's all it is. It's just getting that anger. Because it's like, in some games, like especially like with BRs, it's high adrenaline kind of gaming. It's like your heart is pounding. Like, especially with early PUBG stuff, with how their audio worked. Where it's like you have the audio up so you can hear that footstep audio. But the moment a gun goes off, it's like the gun actually being shot, like the actual gun being shot right next to you, dude. If it's like somebody's shooting like 5 feet away over there in the game, it's almost like the person is actually in your room 5 feet away shooting the gun. It's how low the footstep audio kind of was, but it's like it's that kind of intensity, adrenaline. It's like oh my god, it's like you got that adrenaline going, and then it's just like it comes to a horrible crash. Is when you lose that kind of fight. It's like I should have won that fight. Why didn't I? Could be the aspects of the game, could be the aspects of you, but it's just like you got that like anger, and you're like, why did I lose? What is going on? And it's just you're getting that anger out. You're just getting it out of you, so it doesn't fester in you, and you use it on somebody that you're close to, somebody that you love. A friend, a family, a significant other. You're not using that anger that's being built up in you on them, because you just already let it out. People don't understand, like people who don't game, or even people in gaming, don't understand that concept, because some people, it's just like it's so intense that your heart is pumping, the adrenaline is going, your mind is racing, and then it all comes crashing down, and you feel this emotion of just confusion and anger, and just like it's just getting it out there. It's just, instead of allowing to be in you and allowing to take over you long term, short term, you just let it out. It takes over you for like a short term, but it's only doing that because you're letting the anger out. So if you see me kind of doing that kind of stuff, just getting the anger out, that's why. It's so you can just get it out, and I don't use it on somebody that I know or care about. Also, yeah, I guess this is in the comments, but what I'm trying to say, but I'll respond to your comment when I can. Be patient, please. But I state in like a lot of my videos where I have like it's the text of like I'm playing such and such, and then you can add like other text to the title of the stream. But in the title of the stream, I always put 18 plus. I swear better than a sailor, because for me, I think saying cussing is a bad thing is idiotic, because as the thing is, we created words. Mankind created words. Mankind created every language that we have, including math. If you don't think so, you're an idiot. It's true, because we created and then we dictated how it works. That's fact. We created the language that we have, all languages, all words, all numbers, everything. We created them, and then we put the what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? We put the like I said, we like their meaning and their purpose and the way in which they can be used. I can't what is that word? Like, there's a single word that describes that. What is that word? Like, just overall how words and numbers work. We did that. We dictate how they work. You know, when we created these words and everything, even to today's standards, you know, unlike the aspects of like reusing words like dabbing, which was originally about, you know, dabbing a chip in, not doing some dumb move, which granted everyone can do, but I thought it was stupid as a, like, some things do like that, or floss and stuff. Like, there should, like, something that is socially widely, like, worldwide done should have like a purpose behind it. Not like it needs to have a big meaning, you know, we all come together and stuff, but like have some sort of purpose, like kind of how the ice bucket. Sorry. I usually don't talk for long terms. That's why you don't hear me much in games, because it really kills my throat. Because I'm not one to talk. I grew up shy, so I was timid and shy and just didn't much say anything. And now that I'm getting older and older, my voice just never got used to talking. So the longer I go, the more my throat suffers. But where was I? Yeah, the ice bucket challenge. It was a fun kind of social thing that we did, but it also had a purpose behind it, you know, to raise awareness about ASL. You know? Like, I think that needs to be more of a thing than just small little things. Granted, yes, it helps you take away from what, you know, the horrors of the world that we keep being force fed every day via news and this and that, you know. Granted, it helps with that, but like I said, I think like what should become more acceptable is like these kind of challenges, or, you know, just like kind of hugely like how, you know, dabbing, you know, flossing or whatever, you know, takes off, you know, the new dance, the new phrase, you know, like sheesh. Like, truthfully, I think sheesh needs to die off, because I feel like the way it was started was because some 8-year-old was about to say shit, but instead continued that I with sheesh, because he was about to probably discovered by his parents. Did you just say shit? No, I said sheesh. Like, he tried to get away with saying shit because he was about to say it, but then he just 180'd what he was about to say in front of his parents. That's where I think that came from. It was like some kid was about to say shit, but and to try and not be punished went that route. That's just my assumption. But like I said, I think more we're like, the internet's becoming too much ADD kind of thing, you know. But I think I said I had ADHD. I do have ADHD, but I grew up having ADD. Just hearing, oh, an hour later, you motherfucker. Yeah, I had ADD growing up, and I, of course, you know, took the awesome medicine that was Ritalin. Don't know how I can get into all that, but that's just, like, this is an hour fucking long, and I need to make a shorter one about my channel. I'm sorry. Now I just remember that whole fucking thing about where I started, and I forgot where I started. Like, a couple minutes ago at that comment, I was starting off about how I was making Ranting with Wolverine videos, and basically this is that, but an extended version. We got back to it, people. We got back to it. But yeah, I need to cut this. Not cut the video down, but I need to stop talking and just go on. But yeah, for anyone who stuck around, yes, my channel update video here at the extended version. I am going to make as many videos as I can. Like I said, I want to at least make a video a day, and that will, like I said, include reaction videos. So I'm going to start kind of doing that, where you also, of course, see me more, because, you know, reaction videos are okay, but they need, like, without having a camera, it's just like, it's like you don't get to see the visual expression in which somebody, like, I might not say anything, but you could, like, see me, like when that like the chorus comes in, and you're just like, yeah, I'm digging it. What? So yeah, I will have more me visually, if you want that. Yeah, 2022, I'm gonna try and do what I can to really improve this channel, amongst other things, though, because I have a project that I somewhat completed. I really want to get it out there. I won't say much more than that. Don't want to put too much out there so you jinx yourself. You kind of sometimes feel like that. Like you do something, you jinx yourself. Like there was like one job I was working at. I'm not sure what job it was, but I was like there was a day I was really feeling. I think it was my first job. I think it was my first job. I was feeling the day. I feel good. It's like I was living with my mother at the time and everything. But it's just like I was feeling good, that they felt good and everything. It's like yeah, like later, Like I think it was the only time I ever like kissed her on the head, kind of thing. Love my mother. Love your mother. If you got a good mother. My mother was is an awesome. She's still alive, but growing up she was seriously an awesome mother. Fucking raised my challenging ass as well as my older sister by herself for the most part. Seriously, fucking respect out to mothers who do shit like that. Badass. But yeah, it's like I was saying, I was feeling that day. It's like, it feels like a good day. It feels like a good day. I go to work, and while I'm there, it's like I get called into the manager's office. Like, corporate fired your ass today. I'm sorry to say that. And I think it was actually from the manager, who was like the coolest manager I ever had. FYI, my first job, I was working at Home Depot. And I'll give you the story, the whole fucking backstory of what happened and why I was fired from that job. I was working at Home Depot. I was, like I said, my first job. I worked out in the lot. I was what is known as a lot associate / loader. I basically, I was the person that brought the carts in when I wasn't, being paid, to help load product into customer vehicles who needed help. One day, it was a hot day during the summer. I come in after rounding up the carts, and I get called, and I'm in there, and cashier's like, hey, this lady needs help loading up. And like I said, I just came in. I'm exhausted. It's a hot day, dude. I'm sweaty. It was a hot day. But yeah, it was a lady. I look at her and say, could you please pull up your vehicle to the side, area of the store? She couldn't understand me because I was like so exhausted. Like, could you put I can't really replicate it, but yeah, I was so exhausted. Like she couldn't understand me. So I say it again. Could you please pull up your vehicle upon the side of the store? I'm not sure if that's exactly what I said, but that's basically what I said. And I was polite. And she said, oh, never mind, and just walked off. The cashier's like, you should go help her. Now, the reason I say this is because in the training aspects of the store, in which, if I wanted to, I could have probably sued Home Depot for my termination. Well, it was because when you hear the story, you think wrongful termination. But in a lot of the teaching videos that stores have to let you understand how things should work, one of them, when it comes to loading product into customers' vehicles, they even show it in the videos. If there's even a customer who asks for help while in the parking lot, you always say, "Come up, okay, I'll help you out, but I'll take your product to the side. Pull up if you would, please." And it's like right in all videos, like everything's understanding, everyone's cool, everyone's top-notch people. But let's be real, not everybody is, especially customers. But in a lot of the videos, they show, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to load the product next to the store because as I explained to the lady who later finds me in the parking lot, she's like getting ready to leave. She asks like, well, why did you say that? It says because they have, it's a liability thing. They have cameras up in the store. It doesn't become in case something happens, it doesn't become a he said, she said. They have it on camera, or if, like I say, I fake an injury, they know 100% sure if it's real or if it's fake. They have it on stuff. And then she says, that's stupid, and rolls off. Now, I say aspects of cool manager because this manager, during the termination, says, he got I'm not sure even the termination, but maybe a day or two prior to that, like maybe the same day, the lady calls up on the store and talks to the manager and complains about me, saying basically I was unhelpful, maybe other stuff. But I think he understood why I took the stance I did, because it's store policy. You have to load product here next to the store and not out in the parking lot because of liability stuff, And he understood that, and he said he backed for me, which respect to that gentleman. I don't remember your name, good sir, but respect. But as I'm being terminated, he says she called up corporate. That's how much of a bitch this cunt was. Straight up. I ain't gonna lie. This straight up was a bitch ass cunt. she called up corporate on my ass to complain. And corporate, being corporate, who the fuck they are with any big corporate, companies, took the side of the customer and decided to terminate me. Because they probably only got her side of the story. They didn't even ever get my side of the story or any other side of the story. They probably only got her side of the story and terminated my ass. And again, you probably fucking realize how I could have probably sued Home Depot for wrongful termination. But granted, at the time I was, like I said, this was my first job right out of high school. I stopped taking my medicine for my mental disability, and I probably could have, if I wanted to, if I was more in a straight mind, like normal people, could have sued their asses for wrongful termination, because all they ever got was the customer's side of the story. I doubt, I probably bet they never talked to management and ever got any other side of the story, never watched any video or anything. They probably just heard her side of the story. And of course, with most corporations, they're gonna, go on the side where they get the money, not where they have to spend the money with the employees, and terminated my ass. So yeah, that's the story of my first job of why I was terminated. Which again, why the fuck did I go there? It's having something to do with my project that I'm working on. Oh yeah, that's right. Because you don't want to put out the fives where it's like you want this project to work, but if you put out too many good fives of how you feel about it, it might fuck you. Not karma, but whatever it is. It's that you're feeling good, and then the other shoe drops kind of thing again. Shit. Of the jobs I've had, I think I've only ever quitted one, especially when I was back in Indiana. Because the first job, like I said, Home Depot, I got terminated. The second job, again, I probably could have fucking sued for wrongful termination, meaning that I worked at a Walmart, my local Walmart, back when I lived in Indiana. I was what is basically known as an unloader. I was one of those people who unloaded the trucks. Now, the way we always had to set up trucks is we had to, there's the back area. We had to set up, 2 pallets each side, because we'd stack the back pallets first and then the front pallets. But, of course, one thing is with the work there, when the training thing is that they say, you're never supposed to step onto a pallet. But there's no way of getting around it. The way we had to work is we had to, again, first set up the back side with pallets, and the front sides, and then, then we had what was basically the line, this metal, I'm not sure how to best describe it, but it's the line where everything rolls down. It's a rolling line, They had little wheels, this metal contraption that would just allow you to easily roll things down. But yeah, then we would have no space, to bring in new pallets. So we had to set it. That's how it was basically set up since before I even started there, how we had to do things. But one day, what I say is I half stepped on a pallet. Basically, you have a pallet, and I stepped half on it with my foot and came off, causing myself to kind of have a small injury. Which was the reason for my, granted of other things probably, but the main reason in which I was terminated, because you're not supposed to step on a pallet. Third job I quit because for the most part it was a kind of a job. I worked for a company called Regis, or RGIS. It was a inventory company. Basically, it's it's one of those companies that would go to the various stores like Target, Walmart, Home Depot, and inventory them, since the stores themselves can't inventory do inventory themselves, because they might fudge the numbers. So they always, big corporations have to, I think by law, have a third party company do the inventory for them. And I worked for one of those companies. Like I said, I think there's only 2 here in America. There's Regis, and I think Wise. Regis being spelled RGIS, but it's called Regis, and Wise being spelled WIS. Who probably does Target and Home Depot and Walmart, because I've never inventoried them. I did some work at the end for Walmart. It was interesting work. But I worked for one of those companies, and it's just that job was, and it's nothing to do with, I think, the management there. Management at Home Depot and Walmart kind of sucked. There was some cool, but some kind of shitty management. Home Depot I can get hard into of why some management there was shitty. Especially, there was one guy I think particularly who just hated me. During, I think, the summer in which I had gotten terminated, it's I had to wear long sleeve shirts, even though I'm a person who works outside in all that weather, cold to hot. And he stated it as being I was being complained about my tattoos because that's when I was first getting my ink done, like around here. That's where I was getting my first ink area side, and apparently, people, customers were complaining about my tattoos, and I have a friend who's still my best friend, my brother from another mother kind of friend, who has more horror style tattoos. You see mine, they're comic book styles. He has horror style, like from horror movies and shows, like uh, I don't think he has an It tattoo, but he's like the Chainsaw Massacre. He's got Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street. He's got horror character tattoos, which you think more customers would complain about those kind of tattoos than my kind of tattoos, just tattoos in general. But he never had to put on a long sleeve shirt on because I think like especially at the time, I think he was actually dating the manager's daughter. Yeah, and overall, just the manager, I think himself just hated me. It was nothing about actual any customers complaining or anything. Like, there's not to mention, like, there was time which I was, because again, I'm working outside and I was bald. When I started shaving in the middle of working my first job, and I wear hats, and I, I, he stated that I couldn't wear kind of the hat, so I bought a hat that was literally blank. It was just a white hat. That was it. And even that was too much, apparently. He said I had to wear like a Home Depot kind of hat, like any brands that we had in there, or just Home Depot in general. I had to wear one of those hats. Which I thought, just like, it's what really, I swear, was the edge of why I think the dude just straight up fucking hated me. Like, after I stopped working that job, he seemed kind of cool with me, but I swear to God, it's just like, that dude, as an employee, as a manager over an employee, he just hated me for some reason. It's not like I didn't put good work in that job. I put good work in that job. But it was like the best work to try and put in because, it's just all I do is bring in cards and load up product and stuff. But I did pretty good work, as an employee. I didn't slack. I probably slacked here a little, like some people do. But I didn't like my work didn't suffer, It feels like the dude just straight up fucking hated me. Like I said, like customers complaining about my ink, so I have to wear long sleeve shirts. Like, seriously, motherfucker, I work outside. And the whole hat shit, dude. It's like, I'm sorry, got on right there, but stuff. Yeah, about we just had good management, good people, and everything. It's like the reason I quit that job wasn't kind of the people. It's just that I was like in a few months was moving here where I live now in Washington. In which the first job I actually worked here, I only worked for like 2 days. And it's nothing against the job or the people or anything there. It's just, I think the job would, I think as the person how I said I was quitting to stated it, some jobs are a good fit for people and some aren't. This is probably just not one that was fit for you. And it's like, dude, fucking facts, dude, fucking like that. Like, that was like a statement that almost kind of felt like such a, revolutionary kind of statement. It was like some people are good at these jobs and some jobs they're just not good at, and this is probably just one of yours. Respect. Like, I didn't even quit like by calling or anything. I went in the store and this was like 3 days before, because I'm not sure what the place was called, but it's like it had one of those 4-day work days where it's like each day though you work 10 hours and then you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. But I came in like because I only worked like Thursday. No, it was like, I think it was Wednesday, Thursday. It was like I only worked those 2 days. And then Friday I went into the day group and I told them like this is just not fit for me. It's just, but the reason I say this is because like the place, I think it's called Linen something, whatever. But it's basically like, how some places have like hospitals, hotels and everything, have these outfits, like the aprons, or you have the tablecloth and stuff, and these, like, you wonder how they get it washed. Well, that was the company I was kind of working for. It's like they rent out those items, they rent out all that stuff. And the first position you ever work at this job is you got to sort it all, sort it by type, by color, is it white, is it black, is it red? And it kind of seems odd in this day and age that, but it's like they wash them in huge groups and stuff, and they probably don't use like regular detergent like you and I use. We're separating whites from everything needs to be a thing anymore, But it's like you had to separate them, like you had to separate them by what type item it was, what is it, colorized, what is it, So you're basically standing in this one position, and they're bringing in these carts and stuff where you just gotta sort it out, and you're basically doing that for 10 hours. Granted, you have 2 15 breaks, and they also had like a half an hour lunch, which I thought was ugh. The only thing I would ever complain about that job was like you would have a half an hour lunch, and with especially where it was located, it's like you really can't go to much places from there to get a lunch and come back and just like enjoy your lunch. Half an hour is just too short, dude. It needs to be an hour. It needs to be, especially with, like I said, where that place was located. But like you're standing there, and like each night I went home, with those 2 nights, I'd come home, and it's like you'd come home around like midnight, 1 a.m. kind of time, like where it's like I'm driving home, and I'm the only one on the motherfucking road late kind of night, dude. Like time, dude. Fuck. But yeah, I was just like, like when I get home, I'd come into bed. I wouldn't get any food, and I would just come into my bed and I'd curl up, and I'm shaking. I'm shaking because I'm standing. My body's not made for like standing still. I can't stand still. I can't lay still. I can't sit still. Like I can kind of lay the way this is. I can kind of sit still, but it's like what I call this. I am a full body fidgeter. I can't. I have to be moving in some form of fashion, especially with my legs. They have to be moving in some way. They have to have some form of motion from time to time. But in this job, you're basically just standing still, taking clothes and throwing them to different locations. You're not moving. You're not moving your legs. And like I said, I'd come home from doing all that. I'm just sitting there shaking. And the second night, which the first night I didn't wear socks for some reason. I was out of socks. But the second night I wore socks, and they're like long socks, long socks like these here. But as you're standing there working, of course, they get curled up. They come around here, curl up around your ankle area, like above your leg area. Like if you can show it here, like the idiot I am. Wrong direction I'll probably be going. But like it curl up like around this area here, And when I got home, I noticed like between those curls areas on my leg, there was kind of like a rash there. Apparently, the thing is though, I am allergic to mold. It's like one of the early allergies I have is mold. So working there, there's like mold in there, and I can tell from the leg area that I was kind of getting a rash there. And so I was like, again, the second night I was coming home, like I said, I was just cut up in bed, just waiting to pass out, just laying there, kind of in the fetus position, just shaking, because this job is just like you stand still for hours on end. Fuck. Yeah, that was the one or two ever jobs I ever quitted, because it's just like but it was just one of those things, because it's just, this job is a fine job, whoever does it, respect, because I fucking can't. My body wasn't made for the job. It's not just like how I look now. This was like 4 or 5 years ago when I first got to where I am now. And it's just like, I just couldn't do that job. My body was not made for that kind of job, like there are certain aspects of your body, like physically and mentally, you can do. Like, I could never be in the fucking military because of my mental disability. That's just facts. It wouldn't probably allow me with my mental disability. Fuck, an hour and a half, dude. Seriously, I apologize. Seriously, this is the biggest rant I think I've ever gone on. I'm seriously, fuck it. There are many times where I've made rant videos and I just fuck it, delete it. No, I am uploading this shit. If you watched to this point, fuck yeah, you're a badass. Granted, I don't think I ever got back to that insult, the cursing part. I go from one tangent to the next, to the next, to the next, dude. It's just like, it doesn't even seem like a flow to it, even though I'm flowing from one thing to another. It's just like, dude, what the fuck? I'm sure if you watch all this through, you're thinking, fuck, man, yeah. Or you're thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Well, I've stated many times now, I'm fucked in the head. Beyond just also my mental disability. But yeah, fuck. So yeah, I've been, yes, of course, called retarded growing up. But I think I, like in other forms of words, have the right to say such a word. It's like it belongs to me, to my people. Like how I'm, I would kind of not notice, but I am a ginger. You probably don't notice because like my freckles are on my arms. That's where my freckles are. But yeah, red hair, light skin, blue eyes. I am the definition of a motherfucking ginger. Granted, I used to be a lot paler. paler. Like you might see from my skin here, kind of pale-ish. But yeah, once I started working at Home Depot, being again like I was outside, that really helped me out with my skin because I always commonly state, I burn in moonlight. The sun is my enemy. I am a ginger. Yeah, I don't tan. I burn, motherfucker. But yeah, my skin's kind of gotten a little darker tone because I think that job, Home Depot, working outside I worked there I think for like 5 fucking years, and I started I think when I was 19. So yeah. So that's me basically. I guess this is not just a channel update, but who the fuck I am kind of a video. I think that's probably going to title channel update / who am I. And that's actually a good title of a movie. If you've never heard of it, it's a movie called Who Am I, starring Jackie Chan. I think actually like the early work of Jackie Chan. That's like one of my favorite movies. Like of the two movies that are my favorites from his earlier years, Who Am I is one of my favorite movies. Like there's like two. There's that, and there's Rumble in the Bronx. That's where I discovered Jackie Chan. Like probably most Americans, it was Rumble in the Bronx. Those movies, like those are classic. Like when did those release? Let's see. Can't find the shit. When did I don't even have to say when did Rumble in damn it. Yeah, it was 95. Rumble in the Bronx came out in 95. When did Who Am I come out? Movie. There's another movie called Who Am I from 2014? What is that movie? It's a drama or thriller / drama. I was about to say drama thriller. It came out in 2014. Directed by Baron Bo Oda. I guess it's a kind of a foreign film. But no, it's Jackie Chan. Yeah, Jackie Chan. Who Am I? When did that come out? 98, dude. Fuck. It came out in 98. So, yeah, first we had Rumble in the Bronx, then we had Who Am I? Yeah, both good films. I really like them. Amongst, like, the plethora of Jackie Chan films, Like, I'm not sure if it's called Condor. Is it called Condor or is it something else? I think, yeah, Condor. Operation Condor. That's a good movie. Police Story, yeah. Drunken Master, yeah. You have the original Drunken Master and Drunken Master 2. Yeah. Operation Condor was a good one. Armor of God 2, Operation Condor. Good movies. But yeah, my two favorites are, like I said, Rumble in the Bronx and Who Am I? What is that, though, thing about Who Am I? Traditional Chinese, simplified Chinese symbols being on here. Also known as Jackie Chan, Who Am I? It's a 98 Hong Kong action comedy film directed by Benny Chan and Jackie Chan, who also stars in the lead role. It's also Jackie Chan's second film to be scripted and shot in English. Fucking respect. Yeah, Who Am I somewhere? Yeah, martial artist megastar Jackie Chan writes, directs, and stars in this action comedy. Secret agent Jackie Chan leads a commando group to Africa to kidnap scientists who are working to unleash a powerful and lethal new energy source. In which, he's commanding this group somewhat. Like he's not the top, but he's like the one right below the top of this group. And like on their return after getting these scientists, his team is betrayed, but he's able to like they're in a helicopter and they're being betrayed and shot. Like one of those big helicopters, one of those big helis where it's like you have seating kind of in it, like how there was in say the first Suicide Squad movie. The first Suicide Squad movie where they're all sitting and then the helicopter, kind of helicopter is where they're in, and he jumps out and he like falls, through a bunch of tree branches and stuff, and knocking him out, and then he wakes up with amnesia. In which, he questions, throughout the aspects of finding out who he was, like truly, like who am I? Because he sees himself as this different type of person when he was being recuperated by this kind of local tribal group. He's like kind of almost being raised by them, like in his new sense. Like like if you know how kind of amnesia works, like you have your regular motor functions and a kind of understanding of things, but your whole memory of like who you are is gone. Like you can speak, but you can't say your name. It's like you're trying to say your name. It's like my name is. Like it's like there's an empty spot in your head that you just like there's supposed to be information there, but it's just not there. I've never had amnesia myself. I'm just going off of what I feel what amnesia is from what they show in movies as well as other aspects of like news and stuff. But yeah, he has amnesia. He gets like kind of raised by this local tribal group, and then he ventures out to find out who after rescuing like this rally racing team. Like one of them gets bitten by a snake, and he helps the person who's to get bitten by the snake by like removing the poison, putting like some really organic like straight fruit like stuff on the wound, as well as like this like coconut IV drip thing. It's fucking hysterical, dude. Just seriously watch the movie, but it's like then he learns as he's in what is the regular civilization, outside of the tribal civilization. He's like in like our civilization. He's learning about who he is. So he questions like that's where the title comes from. Like, who am I? Like, am I this previous me, or am I this new me? Who am I? That's where the title comes from. Who am I? Oh, stunning movie. Fucking almost 2 hours. I apologize if you fucking suffered through this shit. But props to you. Respect. Fucking respect to you. Like, seriously, if not skipped any of this shit. Fucking respect, dude. But this is like the greatest, biggest Ranting Wolverine video I think I've probably ever made. Fuck. That's probably just overall the title's gonna be. Is update channel extended edition / who am I / Ranting with Wolverine. Like 3 slashes here, dude. Kind of fuck. So it's about 1:30 the afternoon. Fuck, I've been recording this since basically 11, dude. Fuck. Well, it says it's 1:12 now, so yeah, fuck. I've been just spouting off nonsense, fucking nonstop here, and fuck it. I have to. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep fucking ranting. I am going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for suffering through this. If you watched the whole thing from beginning to fucking end, you are a badass bam motherfucker. And now I'm going to try and create a short and sweet channel update video. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you had some thorough enjoyment from what you just fucking spectated. And I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day. That's kind of my thing now too. So that's how I like to put it as an outro of videos, especially when I'm on it. I always say have a rock'em sock'em day. That's just like one of those things people come up with how to like their own kind of unique outro. That's mine. So have a rock'em sock'em day. Peace.